What is going on, YouTube? It's Skulls, and today I'm bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. The gameplay I have for you guys in the background is a 4v4 UMG domination. I believe we're down by like 30 points or so, and we bring it back. I think we bring it back like 60 points, so we beat them by 30. So I hope you guys enjoy that in the background. But the gameplay is not that relevant for this topic, or maybe it is, depending on how you look at it. But today's topic is going to be about competitive roles and what ones are like important and what not. So there's a lot of questions that come down to like what role would you be best for, because it really comes down to your personal play style, like what type of player are you, or maybe you might think one role is more important than the other. To be honest with you, every single role on a competitive team is equally important in all aspects of game modes. The only game mode I would think that roles don't really come into a factor as much is search and destroy, because it's completely different than respawn. Like, you don't have to set up and spawn trap, or you don't have to have one guy running trophies for flag. Like, you do run that type of stuff, but it's more strategy and teamwork, I guess you could say, in search and destroy than respawn. But honestly, there's a couple things that you have to like put into effect when you're trying to figure out what role you're best for. One of which would be, for example, if you know the spawns really well and you have really good gun skill, or for example you have really good connection, you can kill people with ease and you drop high numbers. Most of the time you'd be suited for someone like a Slayer role, because you know where the enemy's gonna spawn and you kill them. And you might be asking yourself, well, how is a Slayer role that important? My theory behind a Slayer role is that if the enemy are dead and they can't get to the objective, then you're doing the role right. Like, getting kills, people say that kills are useless sometimes, but no kills are useless, because if you're killing them so they can't get to the objective, it's an important role. Because, for example, if there's a respawn delay, like Domination has a 5-second respawn delay. If you get two people down, that's two people down for 5 seconds, enough time for you guys to get map control and then find the other two players. So slaying is really a big deal in a majority of Call of Duty. So Slayer, definitely, if you know the spawns and you're confident in your gun skill, I definitely recommend you play the Slayer role. You could also look at who you watch professionally, but that's not really a factor, because I watch a ton of different pro players, and sometimes they're not my role. You gotta think to yourself, what do you think the best role like what do you want to play, basically? Like, what do you think you're suited for? I know right away, like I think I've never played anything but Slayer. I played Anchor in Black Ops 2 for like 2 days, and I didn't play it anymore. I was just Slayer again. So you always have to know what you want or think you're the best at. If you're the type of player that basically does whatever is necessary, and the most efficient way of doing it, you're most likely the objective player, because the easiest way to win domination is to capture the flags rather than killing them. But some teams have other strategies. For example, some people might run 3 people to the B flag, capture it right away, so that they have the points right away, rather than trying to knock 3 players down and then getting on the flag. So the objective player is a pretty important player, and you'll know you're an objective player if you usually just tend to play the objectives. Blades is our objective player, and he's always played objective. Well, actually, he was really a good Slayer back in MW3, but in this game he's objectives, and in Black Ops 2 he's objectives. If you're the type of player to maybe favor the AR a little bit more than the SMG, you're probably an assault rifle player. I know that's like really obvious that if you don't like the SMGs, the assault rifle is probably the best option for you, but that's the honest truth. Like, if you can't use the SMGs, you've got to use an assault rifle. And I'm not saying use an assault rifle on every map, because our team actually only runs ARs on certain maps. We run ARs on Octane, and sometimes on Sovereign, depending on if the other team's running an AR. So you should really learn how to like pick that up and figure out how well the AR role affects different maps. Because 90% of teams do run 4 SMGs, because SMGs are dominant in this game. Finally, if you're the type of player to like Basically do it all. Like you can play the objectives, you can slay really well, or you can pull out an AR and your shot's just as good. You're probably someone along the lines of a support player. And when I say that, you basically are like, who's a good example? Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you know who Optic Big Timer is. When he played, he was a support player. He basically filled in where he was needed, did what he needed to get done. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, drop a like below. If you didn't, drop a comment. Tell me what I can do to improve. Catch you in the next one. Peace.